Hi there, Jennifer here. Emotional triggers are internal buttons within us that were placed usually by our parents or step-parents long ago that cause us, when we hear that particular trigger, which could be a word, a phrase, a look, or a tone, or even a sound like a bus going by or a truck or train, that triggers reactivity emotionally from us that we can't control. So this emotional reactivity is caused by typically more than one thing that goes into this button. So we may have had an abusive parent, a narcissistic mother, a toxic parent, we may have been molested. All of these things create emotional triggers within our subconscious that when we hear that thing, whether it's a sound or a phrase, you're late, or you're called a name, or perhaps you're ignored. These are all emotional triggers. Now, having a narcissistic mother, which I have, has created lots of them within me. So when there's a certain look, a tone, a word, a phrase, someone yells at me, or someone pushes me, this brings me back to the point of trauma. And so releasing these triggers is imperative for us to not become reactive out of the blue and have our loved ones go, what the heck just happened? So a long time ago, when I was married to Bill Gates, he said to me, why are you reactive? Why can't you just respond? Well, it was an unconscious thing that took place within me from the past, placed by my mother or my father or my molesting brother. All of these things can create issues within us that then cause us to be emotionally reactive. So now what do you need to do? Well, you need to take a deep breath, because what's happening is you're living in the past, you're not in the present. So take a deep breath. And that can be challenging if you're angry or you're in fear all of a sudden, to remember, oh, I need to be breathing here. But the breath and then exhaling, which is just as important as the inhalation, and take another one. You know, this is why back in the 50s and the 60s, parents were told, count to 10. But if you count to 10 and you're holding your breath, nothing's changing, because you're staying in that place of emotional reactivity, anger, fear, whatever that emotion is that's coming up for you. So that deep breath, bringing you into the present, is imperative so that you are reminded, oh, that trauma that is triggering this response and reactivity in me now isn't happening now. My response is way too big for this situation, and I need to pull myself back into my body, ground myself, and maybe the best thing to do is to walk away and zip your lip, because the words, the actions, the sounds that come out of us when we're triggered emotionally can't be taken back, and they're out there. The others that have been around us hear that reaction, whatever it is. So have compassion for yourself. Bring yourself into the present with breath. Exhale completely. And know this response is being conjured up from old issues: sexual molestation, a narcissistic mother, toxic parents, being abandoned at birth and adopted. All of these things can be huge triggers. So whether it's a word, a phrase, a tone, a look, or a sound, all of these things can be emotional triggers. Yes, I do clear these, and this is the work that I do. So I'm Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, hit the bell, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share it with your friends, and so much love for you today.